talk about poverty like it's a disease. But when you stop to think about it, it actually kind of is. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's the pot calling the kettle black or something of that nature. What I'm about to say is what I believe to be true. And through logic, I hope to show you it to be true and possibly some solutions we can come up with together, or at least to help you in your own life. What I say might make me sound like a real SOB, a real bad person. He doesn't understand. Oh, he's up here and he's looking down on everyone else, or something like that. No. This is not I Hate the Poor, the video. This is... well, this is going to hit the rich just as bad as it's going to hit the poor. Basically, the premise of this is that money is not real, right? It's a psychological mass hallucination, but we'll get into that. Alright, let's start with these two. Now, once again, I have nothing against the poor. In fact, if I'm honest with myself, I'm upper, lower class at best. Alright, but I don't live next to muddy water, so it's a boat. It's a functional house, and it works for that environment. It's wet, dirty, dank, bugs everywhere. I can only imagine what it's like in a storm. But let's look a little closer. This is how most people lived forever. Well, minus the metal stuff, these nice metal drums and this, that, the other. This was not possible without rich people. Look at that corrugated metal siding. You don't get that in poverty. They didn't make that. They didn't make the nails that nailed together the wood. They didn't make those tires. They sure as heck didn't make those metal drums. They didn't make any of that. If it was 1,000 years ago, they'd be living in a stick hut or something. So let's keep things into perspective. Why do some people drive Maseratis and some people pour dirty water into old tin buckets? What's the deal? Well, hopefully we'll get into that. But first I want to start. Poverty is a state of mind. These guys, they're poor, right? But they seem to have everything they need. There are people with a far more material possessions in Western countries that consider themselves to be poor. They consider themselves to be broke, to have it rough. I can't afford college. This guy can't afford his next meal. Right? That's why he lives next to the river, so he can catch free fish. Okay, he has no money. Now, make no mistake. You might think of these hard-working guys. He doesn't look very hard-working to me, to be quite honest. There's a certain work in suffering, but this guy's not waking up at 5 o'clock to rise and grind, making sales calls all day. He wakes up when he wants to, catches fish when he's hungry, and that's his lifestyle. And if that's what you want, go for it, homie. Alright, heck, someday I might just be that. But some people want different things. What you're seeing is material. Nothing else. There's no money there. There's no money in your house unless you have a vault or something. Money is not the problem. It's material objects. Well, not quite. We'll get into what else money is besides a means to obtain material objects. A means to purchase land, food, a house, a bucket, right? It is more than what you can buy with money. Money is social status. Money is a marker of value. Not in value of things you sold, but in value of you as a human. Right? That is what people subconsciously think. That is what people consciously think. That is what money is. Let's get into more of that real soon. They're not lazy, they're just poor. They just don't have any opportunity. They need money so they can give the money to other people and get the things that other people have produced or the labor of other people. That's what they need. They're not lazy. Now we're talking. This is the working poor. This is what we should mean by poverty. These guys are working their butts off every day and getting nowhere. They're not saving cash. They're not living la vida loca. They're not going on cruises or buying champagne. They can barely keep it together. The faster they run, the more they stay in the same place. This is not the fault of them. This is when you say, oh, it's not poor people's fault that they're poor. This is the guys. All right? These are the guys. This is the sympathy. Why? Because they are poor because there is a system set about to make and keep them poor. You see, things need done. And being rich means you don't have to do the things that need done. That's what being rich is. It's not about numbers on your computer. It's not about how many gold coins you have. It's about if things need done, do you have other people do them for you? The premise of humanity is a pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. That's what money is. It's a pyramid scheme called a caste system. Called there's the servant class, there's the working class, and there's the owner class. And there's always been classes throughout history. That is what it is. In India, they had the caste system, which was more strict. You were born into it, and that was it. Why do you think Europe started getting so rich? Oh, because they stole everybody else's money. No, they stole everybody else's things. Okay? They stole everybody else's material. And really, they traded for it, to be quite honest. They were building up their own stuff long before they started going overseas. The point is, they set up a system of, maybe if we have the Enlightenment and we think that maybe people shouldn't be kept in these classes and maybe you should be valued for what you do rather than who you are. And even just a touch of that in a society allowed the invention of everything that was invented, right? Past Stone Age technology, right? The Romans kind of started it a little bit. You were free if you were a Roman, and, when people are free, they're free to invent. They're free to do things that they're good at, not what they have to do. If you have to be a hunter all day long, or you have to work in a mine all day long, you can't do what you're good at. Maybe you'd be better suited as you could invent a better way to farm. You could invent the telescope. Maybe there's 1,000 Copernicuses that are forced to work in dirt farms and cannot reach their full potential. That is what money is, or that is what money can allow you to do, or shall we say, not do. Silver and gold, silver and... Now we're talking. The solution to all the problems is right here. Here it is. Shiny metal. This will solve everything. Hey you. Would you like this? Oh. What about a silver Cougaran? Oh, you like that too, huh? Animals are naturally drawn to money. They know that this fits everything. This, how about you? You want this? Oh, cougar eyes. Silver. Honey? You want this? Here's what I think of your precious money. Alright, we're out here looking for something of value. Something that is worth something. Let's see what we can find. Let's see. A leaf? Is that valuable? No. No, maybe. This is worth nothing. This is trash. Leave this here. And this is of no value. Wait a minute. What's this? Oh. 10-ounce Outmix silver bar. Now that's worth something. Oh man. This is something that can make your life better. Shiny piece of metal. Wow, what else can we find out here? What's this? Oh my goodness, a stack of money? That must be at least $1,000. Oh my goodness. We just got some stuff, people. You know what that means. Now people will give us things. Because we found that. If they found out, they wouldn't give me coffee or rent or let me, they wouldn't give me soda pop or make me a meal. If they found it, because they'd already have the money, but I found it, and they want it. It's so valuable to them that they're willing to, that much money. I could stay in a place for a month. I can pay for groceries. I can get everything for just that object. Listen, right, I get it. I know money is a medium of exchange. That was the first slide on this documentary. But what does that mean? Medium of exchange? Medium? Money being a medium of exchange simply means that ideally, in a perfect world, here's how it works. You do work, and instead of bartering your arrowheads that you make in exchange for pottery, right? You sell your arrowheads to whoever wants them, and then you can buy pottery from whoever's selling it. That way, if the potter says, I don't need arrowheads, then you're not out of luck. It's perfect. It's genius. It works. It's worked for thousands of years. Money makes sense. That's all well and good. Money's only value, obviously, is in that it is accepted. It's accepted as valuable. It is a psychological thing. It is a sociological phenomenon. This is common sense, more or less, but let's take it a little bit deeper in some ways that you might not think about. Or you might not know anything about modern economics. Modern economics say that money is made from nothing, right? It doesn't even have the moniker of scarcity, like you would with gold or silver. They are by nature limited, right? There's only so much of it. But with modern fiat, it's just printed up whenever and wherever. Now you might say, why don't poor countries just print more money, right? Now, that brings us to our next topic, and probably the most important part of money. Currency exchange. You see, what makes a peso worth less than $1? Is it less pretty? No. Is it less scarce? No. No, there's undoubtedly far more US dollars than there are pesos of any country. Why? What makes it valuable? The value is that you can use American money to buy American things, right? And other countries accept it as a medium of exchange, as opposed to peso, which is not commonly accepted as a medium of exchange. Therefore, it is not money. It is not as much money as money is. Money is money, right? The US dollar is accepted as valuable. Why is it accepted as valuable? Because it is owned by America. America and Americans. And America and Americans are seen as valuable. That is why the US dollar is seen as valuable. That's it. It's all a show. It's just America looks rich, therefore it is rich, right? It's rich because it looks rich, and the richer it is, the richer it'll be, right? It's a vicious cycle. Even the Bible talks about it. He who has, more will be given. He who has not, even what he has will be taken away from him, right? You don't want Zimbabwe money because nobody else wants Zimbabwe money. Maybe some Zimbabweans, but even then, they resorted to bartering for a while. Money is only what value we give to it. And there are other forms of money, fortunately.